Hi guys, it's Nicole, and today I am starting my January 2022 Flavors of the Month kit. This is the image kind of showing all 4 kits together. This is the pattern paper add-on and the embellishment add-on. I get both of these, and a lot of times I try not to get into them until I have used the main kit to show you guys that the add-ons are just kind of fun extras, or kind of depending on your scrapbooking style, like how much paper you would normally use or how many layouts you like to get out of a kit like that, or how much embellishments do you like to put on a layout. I do try to do my best representation of using just the main kit to kind of share with you guys who are maybe on the fence or maybe just really curious about their kits. I recently approved a whole bunch of people into the Facebook group who, when you answer the questions, I get to read those. That's kind of one of my favorite things about helping out the Facebook group, is seeing sort of how you found the Facebook group, why you wanted to join it, your favorite manufacturer, that kind of thing. So it seems like a lot of people have signed up recently and are joining the Facebook group. There's lots of challenges going on over there, lots of different kind of topics being discussed, layouts being shared, all kinds of good stuff. Today I am starting my kit with the Doodlebug Great Outdoors page kit. I've got 2 sheets of white cardstock, the 3 pattern papers, and then this was my specific sampling of the die cuts and the colored doily that I got. This is the part of the kit that is going to vary, and it's the part of the kit that I find sort of the most fun. A lot of times I won't go look at what the other design team members have done with their kits until I've done mine, I've taken my photos, and I'm sort of turning everything in. Then I like to go into the design team gallery and look and see what all the other design team members did. And then towards the end of the month, I like to go into the Facebook group and look at what subscribers are doing with their kits, because I feel like everybody kind of starts out with very similar supplies, and the end results are just sort of all over the place in such a good way. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's just, that's sort of the fun thing for me, is like, okay, I've done mine. Now I want to go see what everybody else did. Here I was quickly showing the 2 pattern papers that came in the add-on, and then in the embellishment add-on was an entire roll of washi tape. Now, I will say I stuck to the main kit for my layout, other than I wasn't even really thinking about it. I'm going to cut 2 thin strips from one of the add-on papers, which I could have substituted for cardstock out of my stash. I could have gone with the backside to one of the papers I had used. I don't know if I just wasn't paying attention, but I reached for one of those papers and cut from that. So I just like to be transparent about that, because I know some of you guys like to use the layouts from the design team as inspiration and kind of either scrap lift them or do kind of a little bit of your own thing. And it's good to know sort of what came with the main kit or what was extra. So this is kind of my loose idea of where I think I'm going to go with things. I took a photo of it, because I tend to just push everything off, start gluing things down, and then I forget where I was going. And then because this was sort of the first layout back after taking probably like 2 weeks off from even going into my room, I knew I was going to kind of have a creative struggle. So my go-to this particular day, I think I got 2 or 3, I think I worked on 2 or 3 kits this day. I just made sure my phone was charged, and I pulled up a bunch of different YouTube videos and was just sort of scrapbooking with, very loosely with other people. And it's just enough to kind of take my mind off of sort of decision fatigue or not really knowing what I want to do with the kit. I stick to things that I know that I like when I'm using these kits. These are already going to take time out of the equation, because I'm not looking for things. I'm not trying to figure out what matches what. I'm not looking for embellishments in my stash. I'm literally opening something that somebody else picked the things out for me. Those decisions don't need to be made, and I can move forward from there. Me personally, I like seeing a lot of pattern paper. So an easy sort of go-to design for me is to just plan on cutting sort of 3 sections of pattern paper and wallpapering. That's what works for me. Sometimes I'll leave a thin white border. Today, apparently, I was not in the mood to cut my paper down any further, and I just wallpapered it. This Doodlebug Collection, it's called Great Outdoors. Some of the die cuts that came in my kit were camping themed, or I would say like national park kind of vibe to them. I'm not doing that. I'm using mine for a baby shower. This color palette to me reminds me of some of the older Doodlebug baby collections and like little boy lines. And my sister had a baby shower, this was over a year ago, and it was sort of like woodland creature themed. Oh, okay. This is the paper that I took from the pattern paper add-on. I think I just wanted something tone on tone that I could build my title on, which is why I sort of stole it from there. But anyways, her shower theme was kind of these like woodland creatures. So there was like foxes and bears and porcupines and that kind of thing. And a lot of those same icons and the same type of feeling was in this Doodlebug collection. It was just represented in a more bright primary color themed compared to sort of her pale aesthetic thing that she was going for. And I never know what's going to come in the kit. When the kit comes, I kind of open everything and look at things and see what comes to mind. Personally, my family, we don't really camp. We don't really do things like that. I've got some different like hikes and stuff that we took, but to me that doesn't go with bright themed or like bright Doodlebug. Whereas one of you guys might think the opposite. One of you guys might look at this and be like, oh, this would be perfect for a camping trip, perfect for hiking. It's just the way that our brains think about things differently, which again goes back to why my favorite thing is to go see what everybody else does with the same supplies that I was given. So for me, I'm going to pair it up with baby shower photos. And then because there was a ton of photos, I just quickly printed, I would say, the 3 most important photos as 4x6s, and then everything else I just cropped down to 3x4s and decided to just kind of squeeze them in where I could. My overall design is just kind of a bunch of photos going across the top third and the bottom third. I left the center kind of open to have elements sort of overlapping that. A lot of times when I get one of these kits and there is a sampling of die cuts, I like to stretch them a little bit further by cutting them in half. And you get like a little bit more out of them. So like the 3 trees, that I'm just going to have span the middle of the layout so that I've got some stuff on the left, some stuff on the right, and I'm not sort of wasting that whole die cut in one spot. The other tree I also cut in half, put one on the far left, one on the far right, and I'm just going to use those to kind of cluster some other things on top. And then I even cut my doily. I'd say I probably cut like a quarter of it off to tuck in on the left and have some on the right. And this is typically what I do. Like I just kind of spread things out. I did grab a label from my stash so that I can stamp the date on this. I didn't have a chance to do it before I took my photos. So basically this is going to go in my pile of layouts from 2020. And before I put them away, I go through and make sure that there's dates on everything. So I'll stamp the date at that point. I also went into my stash to get alphabet letters or letter stickers. I thought about die cutting some, but a lot of times with these kits, I'm kind of just get it done quickly. And that's, again, why I like them. Decisions have already been made for me. These tend to go, I can do one of these layouts, even a 2-page, in about 45 minutes because I'm not digging through my stash. The only thing I really end up digging through is either alphabet stickers or like enamel dots, but those have a home. I know where they are. It's not like a hardship to go digging through those. So the orange ones are super old puffy stickers from Bella Boulevard. I think I got those at Tuesday Morning. These littler puffy ones are from Pink Fresh Studio. I've had these for a couple years. I almost want to say, yeah, I've had these for a couple years. This was like when they first started coming out with embellishments and stuff. So I have a couple colors of these. And then I also went back into my stash. I wanted something little to kind of sprinkle around, but I didn't want enamel dots. So I found these little tiny wooden stars, and I felt like it leaned into some of the theme that she had with the different shower decorations, where there was like wood panels. There was like this cute wooden board that she had hung donuts on. Like the backdrop for like the table with all the like the cake and everything on it kind of looked like a little wooden fence. So to me, kind of bringing in the wooden stars made sense. And I'm literally already having like thought tangents of being like, okay, a month from now I can go into the gallery on Facebook and I can go see what subscribers are doing with their kits and what they're posting for the monthly challenge. I also like seeing like if somebody took this kit and paired it with the Freaky Fast Friday formula, or if they paired it with like the sketch, all kinds of different things that like I didn't think of. I chose to go my own way. I chose to do a double instead of a single, that kind of thing. The last thing that I did was I just typed up some super basic journaling onto white cardstock. I'm going to pop it up with my favorite foam adhesive strips. And strips is kind of my method, especially like this, where I haven't left a design element open for journaling. I know that I can pretty much nestle these into any of the embellishment clusters, or even, it would have been cute even above the title. So this is my completed layout. I've got some detail shots for you. As always, I appreciate you guys sort of using your social media time with me. I love chatting with you guys in the comments, and I don't know. I just appreciate the fact that you guys watch my videos and want to spend some time with me. So with that, I will catch you guys tomorrow with another layout from the January kit.